G'day guys, Ant here, and I thought I might make another video. It's been quite a while since I last made one, and I'll tell you why, but first of all, I'm having a beer. This is actually my first all grain. It's an IPA. I'll explain it in a second, but cheers. It's actually in this cool little glass I found, actually at the Salvos, which is kind of like an op shop, I guess, like a second hand store. It's like a little, I don't know whether it's actually a beer glass or a whiskey glass. I don't know. It does the job. Okay, so first of all, I actually stopped making videos for a while, and the reason for that was I had some issues with a video that I made. I made it like 3 or 4 times. I went to upload it, it corrupted, it wouldn't upload. There was all sorts of issues with it. And I had a lot on at the time. I had a lot of work stuff going on. Moving house, we just moved into this place. And you know what, it was just, I never got around to just remaking that video, and I never made a video since. Which I want to change, because I was starting to get some views. I mean, I was getting probably 15 to 20 views per video. I think I ended up 10 or so people had subscribed to me. I'd had some comments come in, which, you know, we all start at the very bottom. I've always said this channel's not for stardom. This was just, if anything, for me to document my sort of brewing journey. So I really want to get back on this. I think I made a video a while ago saying I'm getting back into making videos. I think I'm going to put less sort of pressure on getting it done by a certain time. I've got to make a video Tuesday so I can upload it Wednesday for Homebrew Wednesday. I'm not going to bother with that now. I think it's going to be a homebrew video, hopefully one a week. If it's on a Monday or a Thursday or a Saturday, it's whenever I get time to do it, whenever it comes out. But let's get past that. As I said, so this is my first all grain beer. I decided I wanted to go all grain. I had wanted to for a while. Old house, I didn't have the space to do it. Moving to this place, I definitely do have the space. I was just piecing together. I found it quite hard in Australia to find the equipment, like things like just mash tuns. Like I went to a couple of brew shops, wanted to buy a mash tun, and they're like, oh, you can convert this and you can do this. And I don't really want to convert things, you know. I just want to buy it, it's done, ready to go. And the ones that were ready to go, they were so expensive. Like I found one that was 20 litres, I think. It was 20 litre mash tun. It was like $200. I was like, yeah, it's not worth it. So I started looking into the Grainfather, which I believe is a New Zealand invention. It's essentially an all-in-one system where it's all grain, but it's a vessel that does everything. So it's a HLT, it's a mash tun, it's sparge. Well, the sparge is separate, but you do the sparge in there. You sort of lift it and set it up. I'll link something in the description somewhere with the Grainfather. Paul, time for another one. It was the first video I actually got to watch of his. Obviously, he's sadly passed away now. But it was one of the first videos I watched of his. I might even link it, because there's another one. I can't remember what it's called. There's a German one. It's very expensive. It's about 4 times the price of the Grainfather. Yeah, look, it's got some better features and it's got some much better ideas in it. But again, it's 4 times the price. I might link that video down below if you are interested in what the Grainfather is. He does a side-by-side comparison. He makes 2 batches next to each other using both systems, so you get to see a bit of an idea on what it is. So I'll link that down below. If I forget, please comment and ask for it, and I will make sure I'll put that link in. But I bought that. I should have probably got it out so I could show you, but I want to record a video of me using it. I'm actually going to be brewing on Saturday this weekend coming, so it's Sunday now. So next Saturday I'm putting a batch on with the Grainfather, so it'll be an all grain batch. Pardon me. And I'll try and record that and show the sort of steps to it. It's very manual in that you have timers on it. you set your temperatures. You have to set a timer like on your phone or something to make sure you go back to do the next stage and whatnot. It's not actually automated as you would like, but it is what it is. It wasn't cheap. I paid around $1,000 Australian for it, but it's a once in a lifetime buy. It's all the equipment in one. I'm probably going to be paying that anyway for a setup, and it's an all-in-one unit that I can set up. I'm not getting in trouble from the wife for having a million pots and pans everywhere, and if anything, it's going to teach me all grain and how it works before I go and sort of customize a setup as to this is what I want to do. So I bought that. I bought a kegerator or a keezer. I suppose a kegerator. It's a king kegerator with 2 taps on it. I'm having trouble with one of the taps. I think I may just have the hose too long. It's strange because the first keg poured perfect, but I did overcarbonate the first keg, and there probably was more sort of pressure in that. Since then, I've had 2 kegs on it, and one of the taps, the first beer will pour through, as usually all foamy because there is still a lot of pressure in the keg, even though you release it. And then the second beer just won't pour. So I've got a feeling that maybe either it's got a dodgy ball lock, or the hose may be too long. So next weekend, I'm actually going to pull that one apart and try and just find what the problem is. Brewing at the moment, I just have a extract IPA, a Cooper's extract IPA, which I added. What did I add? We went away last week. We're on holidays 2 weeks ago. We were on holidays. We went away like 6 o'clock Sunday morning. So I realised I had about half a keg left in the fridge and then nothing else. So I threw down just a Cooper's kit. I literally bought it Saturday morning, threw it down Saturday afternoon. I didn't have time to do an all grain batch. So it's just a Cooper's IPA, a kilo. I meant to buy light dried malt extract or dark, so it's going to be a dark beer. What else is in it? About 500 grams of dextrose. I think I had 100. Actually, do you know what? I've got the recipe here. Hang on. Okay, so 500 grams of dextrose. I had 50 grams of East Kent Goldings boiling for 60 minutes. 40 grams of Cascade, which I just had left in the fridge, boiling for 60 minutes. And then 35 grams of Styrian Goldings for 20 minutes and 15 grams of Styrian Goldings at flame out. And I used a USO 5. Now, I also dry hopped because I found in the freezer, I had about, I think it was about 15 grams of Columbus hops. So I actually got someone to come over and dry hop them for me while we were away. And I'm going to keg that literally when I finish this video. So as soon as this is done, it's 4:45 in the afternoon on Sunday. So I'm going to keg that. I'll probably leave it just in the keg in the fridge until I'll just purge the oxygen out, and I'll leave it in there till say Wednesday, and then I'll carbonate it up for the weekend because this has got to be close to gone. The keg's feeling pretty light. But speaking of being on holidays, I've got to put this up somewhere. I was in a just random shop somewhere, just in like a little souvenir shop, and my name's Anthony, and I found this on the shelf. So I had to buy that. So I'm going to put that up on the door of my brew room, where my keg and everything is. My kegerator. I'm going to put it on the door of that room, I think. Or at the very least, maybe even put it on the kegerator itself. I may take it's got little stick-ons on the back. I may take them off and put some magnets or something on it and stick that to the front of the fridge. So what's next? Just to give you an update, we actually got ourselves a dog. And again, this goes back to how long it is since I've posted. So we've had her for 7 or 8 weeks now. She's a little Boston Terrier, cutest thing in the world. So I've been pretty busy with her as well. But that's been really great having her. I have had some sort of health issues in the last sort of 12 months, and she's been like a crazy help having her around. I'm thinking of changing this channel. I don't know if you can rename it, but I definitely, it's called Aussie Beer and Smoke at the moment. I smoke all the time, and when I say smoke, it like barbecue, like smoking meats, like pulled pork, briskets, that sort of thing. I had this idea that I was gonna do videos on cooking them and all that sort of stuff. The biggest problem is with all that sort of stuff, the smoking and everything, especially with like briskets and pulled porks, they take so long that I'm quite often putting like a brisket on at midnight, and it's pitch black. I don't really want to be outside talking on a video in the dark, so I don't I don't think I'm ever gonna do it. I think what I'll do is I'll change this to like Aussie homebrew or something like that. Maybe we could get rid of the Aussie. We don't need the Aussie. Maybe just like, I don't know. I'll come up with something. Because the barbecue side's not working, and I think people may be put off by the name as well. Beer and smoke. They may think of it as smoking, whether it's cigarettes or drugs or anything, and be put off by it. So I think I'm going to change that and sort of redo the channel and move all the videos over. Yeah. The final thing I want to talk about, actually two things. I got sidetracked. Sorry. So this beer, it's just American IPA. The homebrew store that I go to, which is actually called the Brew Shop. If you're in Sydney, where I am, there's one at Campbelltown, Peakhurst, or Kirrawee. If you're down further south, I think there's one in Nowra. The one at Peakhurst, the guys there are great. Huge range, massive shop, huge range. They've got a whole section of wines, cheeses, beers. Like, you basically go wherever you want. I bought the Grainfather and the kegerator at the same time, and the kegs. I got home and realised that I didn't take the kegs with me. I bought the Grainfather, the sparge water heater, the kegerator, everything. I bought it all home, and I forgot the kegs. So I had to go back the next day and get the kegs because they were basically closing by the time I got home. And they were that good. He said, "Mate, it's $100. I really apologise. I should have seen them and said, mate, oh, you haven't got your kegs." He said, "They'll be at the door waiting for you. Come pick them up tomorrow." And he said, "What beer do you like?" So I said, "Well, I'm an IPA drinker, predominantly." And he put together an all-grain kit for me, free of charge. 5 different hop additions, yeasts, Werflock tablets, grains, everything free of charge, just for the inconvenience. So, cheers to you. And again, I'll try and pop a link in the description to their shop, because they do have an online shop. They deliver anywhere in Australia. Well worth checking out. The final thing is, I thought I'd mention, obviously I said I'm going to brew again next week. So I've started using Beersmith. Obviously going to all grain, you kind of need to. So I'll just give you a rundown on what I'm going to do. I just picked this up as a generic recipe off the site that had a lot of comments, a lot of people saying that they love the video, love the brew. It's called Bell's Two-Hearted IPA. So basically it's 5.4 kilograms of Maris Otter pale malt, 1 kilo of Vienna malt, 230 grams of Carapils, 230 grams of Crystal 20. Then we have the hop additions, 22 grams of Centennial at 60, 15 grams of Centennial at 45, 15 grams of Centennial at 30, 22 grams of Centennial at 15, and 15 grams of Centennial at flame out. They then call for 28 grams of Cascade and 28 grams of Centennial at a 14-day dry hop. Now, I did have a look, and I'm just checking it again now. They are saying fermentation is 30 days. Look, I've never had a beer ferment for 30 days. So look, what I'm going to do is I usually ferment for 14 days. As a general rule, 14 days is generally good to go. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm either going to dry hop straight away, so pitch a yeast and probably the next day dry hop it, or the other option, and again, not having done it before, do I ferment it for 14 days, put it in the keg, and dry hop it in the keg for 14 days, like as a secondary, and then take it out, carb it, and go for it. If anyone's got any ideas, I'd love some comments below with what you reckon. Or do I just ferment it for 30 days, like it says? I mean, it's the only reason I'm concerned about whether it'll take that long is it's telling me that. Let me just pull up what it's recommending. So original gravity is 1.06, and final of 1.01. I don't see how that's going to take 30 days. To be honest, I mean that's pretty standard territory. And 14 days that's generally fermented. So, and it is also saying it's a single stage fermentation. So I was thinking it may very well be like a secondary ferment, like having to go to a secondary, but it's saying single stage 30 days. So I love your guides, I reckon, below what you reckon. If you think do it for the 30 days, or do it for the 14 and just basically dry hop it from day one. Let me know what you think, because I don't know. But hey, that's probably it from me. I just wanted to get another video up. Like I said, it's been too long. I enjoy doing it. I really did enjoy making them. I just fell off the wagon. I wasn't doing it, and it was just not happening for me. So I'm probably at about 15 minutes or so. So that's probably enough just for a bit of a refresh. Like I said, I'm going to update. If I can, I'm going to update like the channel name and everything. I don't know if you can or not. I believe you do get one channel change you're allowed to have, and that's it. So we'll see how we go. But thanks again. Like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to hear your suggestions below on that fermentation and the dry hopping. As I said, if anyone's got Beer Smith, which I'm sure most of you do, it's called Bell's Two Hearted IPA. If you go to the most commented beer, I think it's actually number one. It had about 70 or 80 comments. You can have a look for it yourself. It's brewed by someone called JJJ. I'm not sure who that is. Just JJJ. But if you can definitely have a look, that'd be awesome, and tell me what you think. Anyways, thank you again for everything, and I'll speak to you next time.